So I'm back. This is part 2 of painting this old 60 series here. Last time we went through all of the starts, so I took everything off, went through the sanding, masking, and then the priming, and now I'm on to the base coat, the actual color, and then the clear coat on top, and then all the post paint stuff. So wet sanding, polishing, and then putting everything back together again, trying to get it to look as good as possible. So now I'm actually gonna get in. I've got a few bits to body fill and sand that and reprime that, and then we'll get straight into the base coat. So that is the base coat down. Base coat went really well. I made sure it was really, really thick. I got 3 thick coats, but no runs in the paint or anything. Like I did have some that last time. And yeah, just wanted to make sure it was nice and thick so that when I'm sanding it, wet sanding it afterwards, it doesn't burn through to the primer. This was much better. The settings in the gun, it felt a lot better with that base coat there. The only issue was I realized I didn't have a water trap on the compressor halfway through. So water was just spewing out of the gun and it got all on the paint in a few spots. So I went and put a water trap on the air compressor, came back, fixed up the bits that had water in them and resprayed over that. And yeah, it was so much better after I put that water trap in there. Yeah, apart from that, I got everything painted, but now I've just got to get onto that clear coat, which I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna mix up the clear coat and start spraying. So that's the clear coat sprayed. Clear coat is the worst, absolute hardest to do. Everything else could be perfect and the clear coat will ruin the paint. You just gotta know that you just gotta get the clear coat on and then you can sand it and polish it later. You just gotta get enough on there to where it can be sanded and polished. It's just starting to get pretty cold here. If it's nice and warm, you know, if you're spraying in the middle of summer and your shed is just baked, really warm, that would be really nice, but it's pretty cold here. You get fish eyes and you get a lot of imperfections with the clear coat. But this one was a lot better than last time. It still has fish eyes in it, but it's laid on nicely to where I'll be able to wet sand it and polish it. But yeah, the clear coat is always the worst and hardest. So now, whilst the masking is still on, I'm going to sand it down. 1500 grit foam back sanding pad on the polisher, wet sand the entire car down, and then come through with Meguiar's Ultimate Compound. But that's what I'm gonna go through now, and then demask the car. So I sanded everything back, put everything back together again. This is what it looks like behind me. It turned out all right. I really should have spent a lot more time on the sanding and polishing part, but there was a point where I went through all the sanding pads that I had and it just wasn't sanding anymore. I thought I got it nice and smooth. I think it looks all right. There are definitely spots that aren't good at all. And one mistake that I did make is when I was sanding, it was super hard to get through the paint. So I used the sort of edge of the sander to really cut through that paint. But what that did is it creates lots of ribs along where I cut through, so it looks really bad. So I got to really make sure but I won't do it next time because I'll make sure I have a good air sander. But if it does do that next time, I got to make sure I get rid of that in the primer with a straight edge sander, with a straight sander. And I've got it back together again, and it definitely looks better than how it came in. The red is really nice. I actually really like the paint color. But yeah, that was hopefully I've included everything between the two videos of what I did, what I got wrong. Maybe this will help somebody out who's thinking of doing it if you got a little shed. Yeah, anyway, I'll see you on the next one.